G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Dowling from the website kangaroocourtofaustralia.com. Now, Rupert Murdoch has sacked Tucker Carlson in the US, who's one of the stars, or was one of the stars of their Fox News network. And people are trying to work out two things. One, when was it decided to sack him? And number two, why was he sacked? Well, I've got some video evidence in a minute I'll show you, which seems to suggest that the decision to sack him was made at least last Thursday Australian time, and quite possibly, I suspect, a long time before that. And we're going to have a look at why he was sacked too. I think the media are getting it wrong as well. So the video evidence I'm about to show you is Andrew Bolt. For those overseas, he's actually a sort of Tucker Carlson wannabe. He works on Sky News Australia, which is owned by the News Corp, which is a sister company of Fox Corp, who own Fox News in the US. And he also works for the Herald Sun, writing a column for their paper in Melbourne. So let's have a listen to what Andrew Bolt said last Thursday on Sky News Australia. It goes for 2 minutes, but the point is, when listening to it, it had to have been green lighted by Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan Murdoch. He wouldn't be attacking the stars, which he has done, the stars on Fox News, without their green light, without their approval. And there's a couple of key words he says I want you to have a listen for towards the end of the video, and that is he says some people at Fox News made a different calculation. Not all of them, but enough to make it hard for everyone else. They looked at their falling ratings and they gave in to the great temptation. They let some of their more reckless or desperate or deluded hosts keep pushing fake news about the voting machines. So there's Andrew Bolt calling the Fox stars deluded, reckless, etc. Now, he's not going to do that without the approval of Lachlan Murdoch and Rupert Murdoch. And he just wouldn't do it. Otherwise, he'd be sacked. And we know from the leaked emails, etc., that Fox News staff wanted a journalist sacked because she fact-checked one of the lies of telling their viewers. Now, in the video, Andrew Bolt starts off from Thursday last night. Then he cuts back and he has an extract from a video from 9th of November 2020 with what he said back then. And then he comes back to his reporting for last Thursday last week. So I'll show you that video now.
Yeah, it's been a tough day to be a member of the News Corp family, part of the Murdoch empire, as I've been for more than 30 years, proudly. We've just had Fox News, our colleagues, so to speak, pay more than $1 billion and admit to airing lies about the election that Donald Trump lost, lies that voting machines were rigged to steal votes from Trump and give them to Joe Biden. As Fox News people privately admitted in emails, there was no proof. And I said the same quite out loud, that this conspiracy theory was nuts. But I lost viewers who didn't want to hear that back then, called me a sellout, to the point that I had to defend myself. Accepting the clear verdict of an election is exactly the conservative thing to do. It's wrong now for Trump supporters to cry fraud against Joe Biden. That's wrong too. I mean, I could do it and get many more hits, a lot more success preaching to the base, but I won't do it because it's not the conservative thing to do. Not trashing confidence in democracy with no real proof. We're better than that, aren't we? Well, I'm afraid some people at Fox News made a different calculation. Not all of them, but enough to make it hard for everyone else. They looked at their falling ratings and they gave in to the great temptation. They let some of their more reckless or desperate or deluded hosts keep pushing this fake news about the voting machines to keep their viewers. And now it's exploded in their face. In fact, our reputation has been damaged, and the money. Fox News has now agreed to pay Dominion Voting Systems $1.2 billion Australian in compensation. And you might maybe even double that because another voting machine company is also suing Fox News. And this is a disaster. I mean, we are better than this, or we should be. The truth must always come first, even if the audience doesn't like it.
Now, with Andrew Bolt calling the Fox host reckless, deluded and desperate, he wouldn't have done that without the approval of Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan Murdoch, and also the lawyers, because they've still got court cases to go. They've still got Smartmatic, another voting machine company, suing them for $2.7 billion US, which is probably roughly $4 billion Australian dollars. So he's not going to say those things because that could potentially be used in their court case against Fox News in the US. So it had to have been approved. And for that to be approved, he's also talking about other staff. That is in effect saying Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan Murdoch are about to sack people. And they have. They sacked Tucker Carlson. And without a doubt, they're going to sack others too, the others who are reckless and desperate and deluded. Now, I see media coming up with different reasons why they sacked Tucker Carlson, but they're avoiding one key issue, and that's the issue that I've raised on my website, Kangaroo Court of Australia, in an article and also on the YouTube channel and the videos, and that is that they're potentially facing criminal charges for aiding and abetting Donald Trump. Number one, in the insurrection, for being co-conspirators, promoting the lie, which helped promote the insurrection on January 6, 2020 at the Capitol building, and also aiding and abetting Donald Trump by promoting a lie and allowing him to commit financial fraud by raising money on the back of that lie, asking their supporters to donate. Now, Donald Trump is under investigation by Special Counsel Jack Smith for both those alleged crimes. And if he gets charged, well, then the next step will be to charge people who helped him promote those lies. And that's none other than Rupert Murdoch, Lachlan Murdoch and Fox News. Now, they did the same thing about 10, 12 years ago in the UK when the paper News of the World, which was owned by Rupert Murdoch, was busted bugging phones left, right and centre, politicians, movie stars, business people, etc. And they closed down the paper. Well, here they are potentially facing criminal charges. If Donald Trump gets charged, well, then people are going to have a close look at them, Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan Murdoch. And Abby Grossberg, who's a former employee of Fox News and who's suing Fox News, her lawyer was on the media only a few days ago. If you look at my last video, that covers that. And you can see the lawyer on there saying that they've been approached by numerous law enforcement agencies, criminal law enforcement agencies, up in comparison to civil ones. But the criminal law enforcement agencies asked them for copies of the videos they've got and audio they've got of various people saying that they knew the big lie was a lie. The big lie was a lie, was false, and the law enforcement agencies wanted those videos or audio. And if they've approached Abby Grossberg's lawyer and Abby Grossberg, without a doubt they've approached Fox News and Fox Corp. And if they approached Fox Corp, I'd tell you what, they'd be very worried. And that in itself would justify why they've sacked Tucker Carlson and the motivation behind sacking Tucker Carlson. And without a doubt, more are going to go. Now, Kangaroo Court of Australia's independent media. I publish a website, YouTube channel, Facebook page and Twitter account, and I'm reliant on donations to keep on publishing. So please support my Patreon account and PayPal account. My Patreon account is currently sitting on 229 supporters, donating $1,497 a month. So if you could support that, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can donate any amount, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, whatever suits your budget. It all helps out in a big way. And please share this video on Facebook and Twitter, etc. Thank you for your time and have a good day.